Welcome back. I'm going to go back to the Save the Chick game and I'm going to add a couple of things, okay? So I'm going to add a score for the game and what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add some food, okay? So if you eat the food, you get points. Excellent. Let's go to the Sprite library and I'm going to get the bananas. You can get some other food as well. So let's start programming the bananas when flag clicked. So I'm going to need multiple food items, right? So let's create some clones. So let's say forever. Then I'm going to say create clone of myself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some time. I'm not going to keep creating these clones. So let's go ahead and get the wait block and let's say wait for a second. Okay. And then let's go and program the clones. I'm going to say when I start as a clone, you just want the clones to be moving. But before that, I want to position them. Okay. So go to the motion tab, get a go to block. And then we'll say go to minus, I'm going to say minus 230 and 0. Okay, and then so that's kind of like to the left. So we're going to make it go to the left first and then we're going to make it glide. So we're going to say get the glide block and I'm going to say glide for a second to, I'm going to get this block and then say 230 comma 0. So it's going to go all the way to the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what happens. I'm going to click here. There you go. So it's gliding, it's moving, and it's going to the other side. Okay, so let's do a couple of things. I'm going to first work on its looks. So go to the looks tab. We're going to set the size. So I'll say set size to 40%, and I'm also going to hide the sprite and show the clone. And I do this because otherwise I have to put in all the movement code in the sprite as well. Okay, so let's try this. There you go. So now it's gliding. So let's do a couple of things. So instead of saying glide for 1 second, let's do glide for 3 seconds. That's better. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these clones after they reach the end. Okay, so I'm going to say delete this clone. Wonderful. So let's see what happens. So now the food is ready. They are coming in sequence from the left and they are going and getting deleted. Wonderful. So let's now go back and program the chick. So let's say first let's create a score. Okay, so the way to do it is go to the variables tab and say make a variable, and I'm going to call it the score. Okay, and then come back to the chick program and let's just add an if condition. So we're saying if touching the ball. So put this before that. You want to say if, go to the sensing tab, grab a touching block, and say if touching the bananas, you go to the score variables tab and you say change my score by 1. Okay, so you're going to give points each time it touches it. Okay, so let's see what happens. There you go. So you've added a score. It looks wonderful, and then you still have the enemies. Awesome. One last thing I'm going to do is I have to reset the score. So otherwise it's going to start from where you left off. So go back and get another set score to block and put it all the way up. So when flag clicked, we'll set the score to 0. Okay, so check it out. So now the score is 0. Now we start, we're getting some food. There you go. So it's working very well. So have fun, play around, change some things, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us for more coding bites. Thank you.